You mentioned quality control.
Yeah.
The article points out that as the private university sector booms,
All right.
there's a risk of profit-driven institutions emerging
Yeah, definitely.
and potentially lowering standards.
Mhm.
What can be done to ensure that quality remains a top priority?
That's a real concern.
Yeah.
I mean, in any system experiencing such rapid growth,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
maintaining consistent quality across the board
Right.
is a challenge.
For sure.
The government has a crucial role to play here,
Okay.
finding ways to ensure that all institutions,
Yeah.
including the private ones, are meeting certain standards.
It's like walking a tightrope.
Yeah.
You want to encourage growth and innovation,
Right.
but also safeguard quality and protect students
Uh-huh.
from being exploited by institutions that might prioritize profit over education.
Right.
How can the government achieve that balance?
I think regulation is key.
Okay.
While encouraging competition, it's crucial to have clear benchmarks for things like curriculum development, faculty qualifications, infrastructure,
Okay.
and even ethical practices.
Right.
It's not simply about churning out graduates.
Right.
It's about ensuring they receive a quality education
Yeah.
that prepares them for the complexities of the modern world.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that education is ultimately a public good,
Yes,
even when delivered by private institutions.
it is.
But let's zoom in on that curriculum development aspect.
Okay.
What are some of the innovative approaches these elite private universities are taking to curriculum design?
Well, many are moving away from traditional rigid structures
Okay.
and embracing more interdisciplinary approaches,
Interesting.
allowing students to tailor their learning paths to their interests and career goals.
So more flexibility.
Exactly, more flexibility.
Okay.
They're also incorporating more experiential learning
Oh, okay.
with internships, research projects,
Yeah.
and real-world problem solving becoming integral parts of the curriculum.
So it's not just about theoretical knowledge.
Right.
It's about giving students the tools and practical experience they need to thrive in their chosen fields.
Exactly.
The article also briefly touches on faculty recruitment.
Yes.
What strategies are these universities using to attract and retain top academic talent?
Well, they are offering competitive salaries and research grants, of course.
Of course.
But it goes beyond that.
Okay.
These universities are creating an environment
Yeah.
that supports intellectual freedom, encourages innovation,
Okay.
and provides opportunities for collaboration with leading researchers,
Yeah.
both within India and internationally.
So it's a very attractive package.
It's a big draw for academics who are looking for a stimulating and supportive environment where
Right.
they can pursue their passions.
It sounds like they're creating a kind of academic ecosystem that's designed to nurture talent and foster cutting-edge research.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
But what about the student experience beyond academics? What's life like on these campuses?
It's definitely a different world compared to the more traditional, often overcrowded public universities.
Okay.
Many of these elite private universities offer state-of-the-art facilities,
Okay.
from well-equipped labs and libraries
Mhm.
to sports complexes and even recreational spaces.
Like those we mentioned earlier.
Exactly.
The golf course and Antelope at Shiv Nadar definitely stand out.
Yeah, they do.
But seriously, are they trying to create a more holistic student experience that
Yeah.
goes beyond just academics?
Absolutely.
Huh.
They understand that a well-rounded education encompasses personal growth, social development,
Yeah.
and exposure to diverse perspectives.
Makes sense.
Many offer a wide range of extracurricular activities, clubs, and organizations
Mm-hmm.
that cater to a variety of interests.
Okay.
They also emphasize building a strong sense of community on campus.
So it's about creating an environment where students can learn, grow, and connect with others who share their passions.
Exactly.
But let's face it, these universities, with their high tuition fees, are catering to a specific demographic.
Right.
Is there a risk that they're creating a bubble isolating students from the realities of India?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
It's important for these universities to find ways to bridge the gap
Right.
between the privileged world within their campuses and the diverse realities outside.
Yeah. How do they do that?
Some are doing this through community engagement programs, outreach initiatives,
Okay.
and partnerships with organizations working on social issues.
So they're recognizing that they have a social responsibility
Yes.
to engage with the broader community and contribute to positive change.
That's right.
That brings us to the economic impact of these elite private universities.
Okay.
The article suggests they could play a role in fostering innovation and driving economic growth.
Yes, that's a key argument
Yeah.
made by those who support this model by equipping students with the skills and knowledge needed for a rapidly changing job market. These universities can contribute to a more competitive and dynamic economy.
Interesting.
They can also become hubs for entrepreneurship,
Okay.
nurturing the next generation of innovators and
Right.
business leaders.
We've seen that happen in other parts of the world where universities have become catalysts for innovation and economic growth.
Yes, we have.
Can India replicate that success?
I think India has the potential
Yeah.
with its huge talent pool and entrepreneurial spirit.
Right.
These universities can be incubators for ideas,
Yeah.
connecting students with mentors, investors, and industry partners.
Okay.
They can also focus on research that addresses real-world challenges,
Yeah.
leading to the development of new technologies, products, and services that benefit not only India, but the global community.
But some critics worry that these institutions might become too focused on catering to the needs of industry, potentially at the expense of broader educational goals.
Yeah.
Is there a risk that they'll prioritize vocational training
Right.
over critical thinking and a more holistic education?
That's a tension that all higher education institutions face.
Yeah.
And these private universities are no exception.
For sure.
It's about finding the right balance.
Yeah.
While practical skills and employability are important,
Mm-hmm.
it's crucial not to lose sight of the broader purpose of education,
Right.
to cultivate critical thinking, creativity, and a lifelong love of learning.
It's about producing graduates who are not just skilled workers,
Yeah,
but also informed citizens who can contribute to society in meaningful ways.
exactly.
So there are a lot of high hopes riding on these elite private universities.
There are.
But as we've discussed, there are also challenges, trade-offs, and potential pitfalls.
Right.
What are some of the key things we should be watching for as these institutions continue to evolve?
Well, I think we should watch how they balance their international ambitions with their commitment to serving the needs of Indian society. You know, are they bridging the gap between the privileged world within their campuses and the diverse realities outside? Are they contributing to social mobility?
And what about their research output?
Yeah.
Is it truly innovative and impactful?
Right,
Is it
yeah.
addressing real-world challenges?
Yes.
Are they fostering a culture of academic freedom and integrity?
Those are all critical questions.
Yeah.
And we should also pay attention to how they manage the influence of external stakeholders,
Okay.
such as corporate partners and political entities.
Yeah.
Are they maintaining their independence?
Mm-hmm.
Are they upholding ethical standards?
It sounds like we need to look beyond the glossy brochures and impressive rankings and really scrutinize the values these institutions embody and the impact they have on students, on society, and on India's future.
Yeah, that's right.
It really is a fascinating story and one with global implications. As we wrap up our deep dive, I'm curious about the bigger picture.
Okay.
What does the emergence of these elite private universities tell us about India's ambitions on the world stage?
I think it definitely signals India's intent to become a major player
Okay.
in the global knowledge economy.
Interesting.
These universities are seen as engines for innovation, aiming to propel India into a leadership role
Yeah.
in science, technology, and beyond.
So it's not just about educating India's own population, but
Yeah.
attracting global talent and contributing to global advancement.
Exactly. They want to draw the best minds, regardless of nationality,
Yeah.
to study and conduct research in India.
Okay.
It's about becoming a destination for intellectual capital
Uh-huh.
and fostering a vibrant exchange of ideas.
That ambition brings to mind the idea of brain drain.
Yeah.
We often hear about talented individuals leaving developing countries for opportunities elsewhere. Could these universities help reverse that trend,
Potentially.
keeping bright minds in India?
That's the hope.
Yeah.
And it's certainly a possibility. By
Uh-huh.
creating world-class institutions within India,
Right.
they can provide the resources and opportunities
Yeah.
that might have previously drawn individuals away.
Makes sense.
It's about making India a place where ambition can be realized
Uh-huh.
and where innovation thrives.
But attracting international talent while also ensuring opportunities for local students?
Right.
That's a delicate balancing act.
It is, and it's something these universities are navigating carefully.
Yeah.
They need to offer competitive packages to attract global faculty and researchers,
Right.
while simultaneously ensuring their institutions remain accessible to talented Indian students from all backgrounds.
Okay.
Scholarships, financial aid, and outreach programs are all tools
Yeah.
that can help achieve this balance.
It sounds like these elite private universities are at the heart of a much larger conversation
They are.
about India's future, its role in the global landscape, and its commitment to equitable development.
Hmm.
What stands out to you as the most significant takeaway from our deep dive?
I think for me, it's the realization that these institutions are microcosms
Okay.
of the opportunities and challenges facing India today.
Yeah.
They represent the nation's aspirations for progress, its drive for innovation, and its struggle to balance ambition with equity.
That's a powerful insight.
It is.
They're not just isolated centers of learning. They're deeply intertwined with the social, economic, and even political currents shaping the country.
Exactly. And that brings me to a final thought-provoking question for our listeners.
Okay.
Will these elite institutions truly be engines of progress for all Indians? Or will they primarily serve the privileged few, widening the gap between the haves and have-nots?
That's a question that lingers.
It does.
It reminds us that progress isn't a straight line.
Right.
And that even the most promising developments come with complexities and potential pitfalls.
That's true.
We have to keep asking these tough questions.
We do.
And engage in thoughtful dialogue about the kind of future we want to create.
I agree.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.